exciting is it that we get to talk about the Marksman?
It's very exciting that we
Very
get to
exciting.
do, like, you know, during these COVID times, that, you know, we get a little bit of a normal kind of life, right?
Exactly. So let me start with you, Juan
Yeah,
Pablo.
and the movie gets released, and we're gonna.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I think we're having a little bit of delay. Here,
Yeah, I think
we'll
so.
try to catch up.
Okay, so let me start with you, Juan Pablo, real quick. I read somewhere that you got the character. You pretty much won over Robert Lorenz because he saw you in Narcos, playing Escobar's business partner Gustavo Gativia. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was not that specific, but he really wanted me to play the character. I was not. I didn't want to do it at first. You know, it's hard for me to say yes to negative portraits of Latinos, right? Although, well, I'm an actor and I like working and I like portraying different sorts of characters, but he was so nice, and he was so honest about why he wanted me to play the character, right? That he ended up being the real reason why I said yes to the movie. It was his approach to what he believed the character should be and what we could do together, and he was completely open to us creating a character together that could tell a little bit more, you know, of what this character really is, you know, for the story. So that was very, very, it was very humbling and very exciting to sit down and have this chat with Robert.
And can you share a little bit of your audition? I mean, you shaved your head from what I read, if I'm not mistaken, and you pretty much took them by surprise because you felt like that was what the character should be or look like or reflect.
Well, when I met with Robert, I looked this way. I had long hair and a beard, you know, and he wanted me to play it, and there was no talk about what the look would be. And then I get a call by my team, and they say, look, Robert loves you. Robert wants you to play it, but basically you have to go and make an audition, a tape, because now the producers have to be sold also, right? And so I remember thinking like, oh, okay. They want this. Okay, I'm gonna give it to them. So I remember just like right before I left my house, I shaved my head. I just had this mean demeanor, you know, and I just went in there, and I think I scared everyone in the room, and I got it.
For you, Teresa, what was your experience being a part of this film? Because your scene is one of the big scenes, the one that pretty much opens this chase. And not only that, but your character is very touching. It portrays a common story we hear on the news, you know, in the media, especially when it comes to immigration, about parents crossing the border for the sake of providing a better future for their kids.
Yeah, it's a character that I think I knew very well just from having a mother and from being a Latina and knowing what Latino mothers are like, that they'll give their life, their everything in a second for the safety of their children. And I think the film touches upon a very important subject, and it does it very beautifully. That it has this two characters you see usually immigrants and or thieves or rapists. And this movie shows you that it's also little kids and it's also mothers that are running away from a situation. And through the course of the movie, the way that the character of Liam Neeson gets to grow in his own empathy and his own compassion, it is a beautiful thing the film does. And I was very grateful to portray a character that I know will be very close to a lot of the audience, that just immediately they're going to be able to see their mother and to really relive whatever sacrifice it is that they received from their parents.
Mm-hmm. For both, and we can start with you, Teresa, answering what are you taking away? What was the highlight of getting a chance to work with Liam Neeson?
I guess I see the power of what a mainstream distribution can do in terms of affecting an audience. You know, Liam Neeson is such a huge movie star. He's so well regarded and he's so admired that I am hoping that the character that he created, that has this huge arc from being a, a patriot, an ex-veteran who could be stereotyped as being racist, can grow in his empathy and can actually grow to love a child that is different than him, that has a different language, that has a different culture. I think the fact that Liam played that part could actually get a lot of his fans to open up a little bit in that, you know, range of empathy and compassion. And I think that was my biggest lesson, to see the the reach that that a mainstream movie can have with a movie star like that.
And for you, Juan Pablo?
Liam Neeson has huge hands.
Okay.
Hey, I am at almost 6'2". This guy is a big dude, and he can move and he can throw punches, and he is such a professional. He is such a great, not only actor, but such a great guy. He is all about the process of creation, about making things better. And I can tell you many situations, but for example, the ending that we have right now in the movie, it was born in a discussion that Liam and I started because we were not completely sure that the ending that was portrayed before really made honor to the movie and the character. So we talked to Robert, we had this idea, and that ending was part of that, was part of that conversation, was part of, you know, of just sitting down and having time to talk to your fellow, to your peers, right? And just behaving humanly. He's a great guy.
Well, you just opened a can of me wanting to ask all these questions. Are you talking about the ending, like as in the last few minutes? Or are you talking about the ending with the big scenes?
The ending with us. The ending with Liam and Mauricio.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little details and subtle moments, and those were born of our conversation and our rehearsal.
Does it have to do with the medal?
Oh yes, it does.
That I was not expecting, and I think, I don't know, Teresa, how you feel about it, but I felt like it talked about a level of being gentleman, regardless where your background is, where you're growing up, ethics. That there's a level of being a gentleman, even if you're a bad guy.
Well, he's a soldier too, so there's a respect. You know, a soldier to soldier, right? Here you go, buddy. This is yours. This belongs to you. And you won. And you won. Fair and square. You won.
It got me. And that was great.
That's great.
That you guys
you just made me a very happy man.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you for sharing that. I mean, yes, that scene that was not expected, and the aspect of this villain that you play completely changed after that scene. Too bad it's not until then.
Yeah. Well, but that's the story, you know, and that's where Robert opened the conversation for us, and where he told me, listen, like, I know you don't want to play this character in a cliche way. So how can we work to make this work, right? To give him a more dimensional feeling. And so that was one of the things that we kind of started working on. And it's not a movie about Mauricio, it's a movie about Jim, but you know, he gave me the space to kind of create and have these moments that can mark a difference.
That's awesome. And real quick, just to finalize and ask you guys a little bit more, and Teresa, if you can answer this one first, can you share real quick about any of the projects we'll be seeing you in for this year?
Yeah, I'm shooting a second season for the show Luis Miguel that is on Netflix. It's a biopic of the singer Luis Miguel, and I'm shooting that. And and then I'm doing something else, but I can't say.
I'm definitely watching Luis Miguel series. I watched the first season. Oh my gosh,
it's so good.
Yes, it's so
good. The Luis Miguel, right? So addictive.
It's addictive.
I watched it. I watched the first episode because a few of my friends were on it, and then I got hooked. And I was like, but what happened to the mother? You know, like it was. I couldn't stop.
Yes, it's definitely the big question. And the dad. Oh my gosh, I was just like, dads like that actually exist. It's so sad. So sad.
Such a good actor. Such good actor.
And you, Juan Pablo, where will we be seeing you?
Well, I just premiered last week on CBS All Access Coyote, which is another border drama with Michael Chiklis, and that's about it right now for me. I'm just gonna continue being the daddy of the year, the COVID daddy of the year for now, and I'll just whatever comes and goes.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. I did see you in El Clon. I just wanted to share that.
Oh, wow.
My mom telenovelas. I mean, I grew up with that. So yeah, right. I watched it with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you guys take care, and congratulations in this film and for everything coming up for 2021. Mucha suerte y les deseo lo mejor.
Gracias, Nancy. Igual para ti.